17 quarter-finals day here in Rades, Tunisia. It promises to be a thrilling few hours, and we start with the Group B winners, Morocco, who take on Egypt, who are runners-up in Group D. Well, these two teams played their group games in Senegal, as did Senegal and Angola, who will meet in the last game of the day. The other four teams all played their group matches here in Tunisia. Nigeria take on Cameroon, and the hosts, or co-hosts, Tunisia, will take on the Democratic Republic of Congo in the other quarter-final. So 4 thrilling games to come. What a day this promises to be. Morocco, who topped Group B with 3 wins out of 3 in their group. No problem for them progressing to the knockout phase. They got the better of the Central African Republic, Angola and Uganda. Egypt qualified as runners-up from Group D in second place behind Senegal after wins over Mozambique and South Africa. They lost to Senegal pretty heavily in the end, 80 points to 49. Senegal, certainly from the teams who were playing in Dakar, have caught the eye. So it'll be interesting to see just how these two teams match up. Morocco playing in their 20th AfroBasket, and Egypt playing as 5 times winners. Their most recent, though, back in 1983. They were silver medalists, though, back in 2013 when they lost to Angola in the final. They also have 6 bronze medals. They are highly decorated in this particular competition. In 2015, 2 years ago here in Tunisia, they beat Cameroon, Mali and Gabon and Zimbabwe before losing to Angola in the quarterfinals, so they'll want to go at least one step better this time around. Morocco in 2015 failed to get out of the group, losing all 3 games against Senegal, Angola and Mozambique. They've already improved on that, and with 3 wins out of 3, they'll be confident of progressing to the last 4. Alongside me once again is Teresa Brantlova, the former Czech Republic international, and this will be a fascinating one. Morocco won their group pretty comfortably. Egypt did well, but they lost heavily to Senegal. It'll be interesting to see how these teams match up.
Yeah, we have spoken to a member of staff of both teams, and they all looking forward to this game. To play a quarterfinals is just a privilege at any tournament, and both teams have something to offer. We will talk about it after national anthems, but I'm expecting a quite controlled game with not many transition quick breaks. So all is open, I think, and Egypt has within their roster some experienced players, same like Morocco. Morocco is quite ordered team. So let's say they have more experiences within their roster, but we talk about it more after national anthems.
Yes, Morocco against Egypt is our first quarterfinal of the day. All 4 quarterfinals to be played here in Tunisia today, and we will start with the national anthems in just a moment. This is the first meeting between these two teams since 2009, when Egypt came out on top very comfortably, but Egypt will be the first national anthem. The knockout stages of any tournament are always special. There are no second chances now. Morocco and Egypt have to produce their best today. If they fail to do so, they will be going home. A place in the semi-finals is at stake. A reminder that Morocco won their group, winning 3 out of 3, and Egypt finished runners-up to Senegal and took second place, setting up this particular clash. Here's your officiating team: Daniel Garcia of Venezuela with Antonio Bernardo and Com Ono of Angola and Cameroon, respectively. And we'll be able to take you through the teams in total in just a couple of moments. But quite a matchup, these two teams. They're sort of they're not dissimilar, but we'll just have a look at the rosters in a moment. This is the Egyptian one. And a couple of names to keep an eye on. Abdel Halim is an important player, the number 5, and also number 66, Haytham Khalifa, who we'll touch on a little more in a moment. And Teresa, the Morocco lineup includes some key players as well. Najjar, very experienced, 32-year-old. It's quite an old roster. There are several players in the 30s, a 37-year-old in Kalfi and a 38-year-old in Masbahi. So they bring a little bit of experience. And Morocco, of course, failed to really cause any problems to anybody in Tunisia 2 years ago when they finished bottom of their group. But how do you think these two teams match up in terms of style?
I think they do. Actually, I really think they do, even though Egypt is a really strong team on the rebound. So Morocco will have to today box out and try to attempt any possibility to take a quick breaks to try to get some easy layups. Also, Egypt is the team who shares the ball well. They read the court. They are led by good point guards. So I'm pretty sure that we will basketball. Egypt has to avoid turnovers in today's game as well, because Morocco is very effective in this tournament to punish these unforced errors. Both teams, I think the key will be to manage their personal fouls as well, because we know that each team has a key players, but it is affecting the game when the key player needs to sit out. So very important personal fouls management in today's game.
Yeah, so it will be interesting to see just how they go about this contest here. That's the Egyptian head coach, Amir Aboulkir. We'll be hoping to guide his side through to the semi-finals and into the next phase of this competition. We're not too far away from the start. Said El Bouzidi is the Moroccan head coach, and hoping that his team can produce all the necessary moments in the game, the key factors that they will have been working on. And let's talk about this particular matchup, Najjar against Khalifa, two of the players that we think are going to have a big say today.
Yeah, as we already mentioned, inside Khalifa is a big unit. We're just wondering, is he able to manage his personal foul against a quicker players, which Najjar could be, because he's a beast inside, great rebounder for Morocco. He has a big body and knows what he can do, and also how to be effective. So I think it will be great matchup of these two players, seeing them in the front court from both teams.
So we're nearly ready. Knockout basketball at its most exciting. A place in the top 4 is at stake for both of these teams. Morocco with a lot of experience in this competition, the 20th edition that they've taken part in. Winners back in 1965, but the last medal they won was a bronze back in 1980, so it has been a long wait for a podium finish. A win today takes them a step closer to achieving that once again. And for Egypt, well, not so long ago they were runners-up, struggled against Senegal in the group stages, won their other 2 games pretty comfortably against Mozambique and South Africa. This will be another big test to see if they can progress to the final 4. It is an occasion for the big players to step up. I'm just looking at 2 teams yesterday in preparation. The Egyptians were a little concerned about Anthem Khalifa, the man we've highlighted. He was at training, he was doing a little bit of exercises. He had a few issues, but we've been told that he's all right, he's going to play and he's going to be important. And just hope that that injury doesn't affect him today.
Yeah, you know, player always keeps it in mind, but the experience should play in his favor, and he knows how important this game, and I'm pretty sure that he's fully prepared to give his best on the court. And you know, we also had one more injury on the side. Soufiane Kourdou, he has been injured for Moroccan team. He has been injured in the second game of the group phase. He had some knee crash with the opponents, and he didn't play the third game. So the question is, we've been again told that he's all right to step up in this game, but is he going to be in enough game rhythm after this injury in today's game? I think everything is open, and we have really exciting game ahead.
Yep, it is nearly time. What a day this promises to be. Huge anticipation. And for both sets of coaches, a big challenge. It is down to the players ultimately to produce and carry out the instructions that have been put to them ahead of this big clash. 3 days of preparation since the group phase ended. Both of these teams coming from Dakar, so no particular advantage from that point of view. Quarterfinals are matched up like that. Teams from Dakar face each other, teams from Tunisia face each other. But welcome along to Tunisia on quarterfinals day. Morocco against Egypt is our first encounter. And let's see who gets the better start here and who can start putting the pieces together for a semi-final place. It's good pressure early on from the Egyptian side, but it has been won back here by Morocco, who draw the first foul of the game. Gunadi with the first foul. 35-year-old captain of this Egyptian team.
Yeah, really key element in this game is going to be who's going to play a tougher defense and who will be punishing those with the quick breaks.
And shouts for an early shot from long range, and the rebound is claimed well there by Wilkins. First chance really for Egypt to try and make something count here as the three-pointer goes in. Abu Shusha getting his first points of the day.
It always helps when you hit a long-range shot as a first offense, even though it's not quite usual, because normally teams trying to really prepare their positions down under the rim to make sure they score the first shot. But good 3 points for Egypt.
And the Egyptians off the mark. The three-point lead as Morocco look to respond. They've still got it under the rim here, trying to make it count. And the foul is called. Just have another look here. Ahmed Bakr with the foul. And the first chance for Morocco to go to the line with the Shua.
Morocco has been quite, let's say, one of the best teams from the line, from the Dakar group, even though they only shoot as a team 66%, which is very low percentage. And we've seen that foul line shots could cost the games. So both teams really have to focus on those shots in today's game.
There's Gunedi for Egypt. Bakr. Al-Sabak goes up, tries to put up the layup, and the follow doesn't quite go from Khalifa. Big chance missed there for Egypt to make it a 4-point lead early on. A foul committed by Anthem Khalifa. There is Egypt's head coach, Amir Abdelkir. Driving inside, and the little hook shot finished well by Naja, one of the key men, if not the key man for Morocco, playing in his 6th AfroBasket. Hugely experienced. and a big player for them in the group stages.
Yeah, the player number 9, Al-Kamel from Egypt, has carried the ball. He has tried to use the hesitation fake when his defender was trying to sort out the defense of that pick and roll, but unfortunately, unforced error.
All tied up at 3 points apiece as Morocco push on here, and this is Naja. Again, goes with a similar hook shot to the one he made a few moments ago, and he buries another for 2 more.
Yeah, and Ahmed Bakr couldn't do much more. He has been really contesting the shot. It's just a great quality.
And foul called here. It is Lariki who is penalised. Morocco with a 2-point lead. And a little over 2.5 minutes gone in the first quarter. El Khamel with the 3-point attempt, which is good. Perfect attempt there. And Egypt edge back in front with a 1-point lead.
Yeah, and shooting 25% so far this tournament from the arc. So really, Morocco has to guard him. Great again, individual action of Soufiane Kourdou.
Kourdou, who was a little bit of an injury doubt, does have some support on his knee, his right knee, as you can probably see. His first 2 points. Gives Morocco an advantage, and it is Kourdou who claims the rebound again for Morocco. Here he is again, drawing the foul this time. A pretty even start so far.
Yeah, both teams has scouted pretty well prior to this game, I'm sure, because that's what's happening. When you have days off, you really have loads of films, loads of tactic discussions and strategies planning as well. So both teams knows each other probably really well.
The response here from Morocco as they look to extend that advantage. Oh. A lovely layup, what a play that is. And El Maqsoud getting a couple of points on the board. Bunadi here for Egypt. Now trail by 3. Shusha eventually finding Bakr, who needs a little bit of help in the end from El Kamwawi. He makes it count, and Egypt move to within 1.
And again, we see a set offense from Morocco.
Najah, give it a pass inside. Really good work defensively from the Egyptians. As El Khamel puts up another one. He's got 3 more. Great work from El Khamel.
Here, great penetration and kicking out the ball on the open player.
And foul has been called as well.
And that's a great start for Al-Kamal, because that has been 2-2 from the arc. So really, Morocco has to contest the shot and not drop off from him.
He had another go there, but he couldn't quite get that one to go. It was Naja who claimed the rebound. It was Naja who gave away the foul as well.
What does Egypt does really well is that inside defense right now to allow Morocco to play in that middle of the paint. Every time the person or the post gets the ball in the low block, all Egyptians are really filling the space to enable him to play, and really great step up into the game.
It has been a tightly contested start to this game, as you'd expect really at any knockout stage, really. Teams having to reach a certain level just to get into this position. Abu Shusha drawing the foul.
Yeah, and has been a foul call.
Gone the other way.
Yeah, on one of the Egyptian players, 95, Ahmed Bakr. Obviously, he has been stepping and walking in that screen. When you're a screener, you really have to stay stable, otherwise officials have to call an offensive foul. So Egyptians are in a foul trouble right now, so another personal foul committed by any of the Egyptian players will be rewarded by 2 foul shots for Morocco. And we see that Rami Gindi is trying to put Ali Rashiri under the pressure, a bit unable him to create.
Here come Morocco with a Shua, and a little untidy under the rim, but it's good work again from El Makawi, and a quick ball to Abu Shusha, who lays it up and in off the glass. Excellent play from Egypt.
And great quick break coming from an excellent defense. Again, great filled space inside, taking that ball quickly and push the fast break.
Here's Naja. Chance for Morocco, but again, the big presence of El Makawi making all the difference. Gunedi back to El Makawi. Gunedi again. The decision goes against the Egyptians. An offensive foul. You can have another look here.
Yeah, again, we see that Abidallah is not standing still. He has been rolling down, so another offensive foul in the screen.
First timeout called, and Egypt leading by 13 points to 9 in this first quarter with 4:23 still left on the clock.
Il faut que vous jouez la passe sur le premier pas. Quand vous êtes sur le deuxième pas, là, quand tu drives, premier pas, tu joues la passe ici, parce que lui, il vient sur le premier pas. Tu fais le deuxième pas, il vient en l'aile, ça veut dire que tu dois jouer à l'extérieur. Ton joueur, qu'est-ce qu'il fait? C'est lui, il va là. Donc automatiquement, quand tu fais le premier pas, tu le vois venir, tu fais la passe. Si tu fais le deuxième pas, tu continues. Allez, pas. اهدوا شوي. اسمعني هنلعب وايد على 5 بعد اول باصه. وايد على 5.
I would say Egypt really seem to know what they are doing as a team offensively and defensively. I think Morocco is a bit struggling right now offensively because they're big players trying to play the same game. But you have to react right now on the defense of Egypt because they keep being really filling the inside space, and what Morocco would have to do to try to get the bigs of Egypt out of that space, so then they can penetrate into that area and they can give the space to their bigs to attack that inside space. So I would really think and would love to see some pick and rolls maybe played, guards, the cooperation between guards and bigs, to try to create some mismatches and get the bigs away from that pain.
So 4-point lead for Egypt. 13-9 they lead. As Morocco look to Najar again. His 2 is missed, and the rebounder claimed once more by the big number 11 El Makawi. A huge presence for Egypt. El Kamel has been dangerous from long range. And there is the foul called again.
Yeah, and probably Abdallah doesn't like that call, but the officials are absolutely right. There has been a traffic in there, so instead of here we see a great defensive possession of one of the Moroccan defenders. There was no space to penetrate, and they need to again share the ball as they did so far really well to try to create some open shots.
Abdallah playing in his 5th AfroBasket. Plenty of experienced players in both of these teams. Have been to this tournament plenty of times. Morocco on the charge here, looking to get themselves some more points on the board and get into double figures. But here's El Kamel for Egypt, who's been really lively early on. The rather ambitious pass cut out easily. And Morocco looking to punish that with a quick break, and from the corner it is missed by El Maksoud.
Yeah, it's great to run quick breaks, but you have to really try to play it smart because you don't really want to finish overloading situations from the shot from the arc. You want to try to get the ball inside.
Traveling called against Abdallah. Couple of changes being made here as Morocco get us back underway.
Yeah, every time you substitute a point guard, you're sending the message you want to change a bit style of the game, because every point guard has a specific game. They driving the whole team, because obviously position is one of the most important in terms of what style you're gonna show us of playing.
Another traveling offense called, this time El Maksoud. Very solid start from Egypt here. Here's Abashusha. Comes inside and then gets the pass out to the edge of the arc. And foul is called against Naja. Second personal foul.
Yeah, that has been a small penetration, let's say, from Amr Abdel Halim. You've seen that the weak side defense has been quite late, so he has used that in his favor. It is his fourth AfroBasket. He, during the season, played for Egyptian side, Gezira, and he used to be a most valuable player at African Championship for juniors in 2008, so plenty of experiences with big tournaments as well for this player.
There's Mustafa Kalfi for Morocco. Into John Walter Wilkins, and then Naja puts up a hook shot. It's claimed by Abdel Halim. 5-point lead now for the Egyptians. Abdel Halim gets it out once again to El Kamel. This is Gunedi. Goes for a long three. Doesn't quite come off this time. Morocco trying to find a way through here. Naja with that little hook shot that he loves so much. That's at least 3 times he's done that in this first quarter. And Morocco into double digits, 11-14. Very effective, Naja, for Morocco in the opening quarter here. The only negative is he has a couple of fouls to his name already. El Kamel here for Egypt, looking to respond. He started well also, gets the pass out quickly, and then Abdel Halim from the corner, which is no good, and Naja failed to hold the rebound, but Morocco can come forward once more. And they look for a 3 of their own, missed though this time by El Mabahi. Here's Abashusha. Gunedi comes inside, and it's going to be finished off with ease by El Makawi.
Yeah, great recognition from Rami Kandi. He has recognized that Morocco is not on time in the team and used that overloaded situation.
Wilkins with the pass. Naja couldn't finish this time. He's claiming the foul. Officials not in agreement. Abdel Halim laying one up, and Wilkins claims the rebound for the Moroccans. Bounce pass in towards Naja. And this time he does draw the foul. 25 seconds left in this first quarter. 5-point lead for Egypt.
Here's a great pass from Mustafa Khalfi. To be honest, Najah is right. It has been a physical down under the rim, because Egypt knows that they have to fill that space and play physically in there as well to try to get the picks of Morocco out of their rhythm.
Naja, the man stepping up to the line, and he makes 2 from 2 to add to his personal tally for the day. It's been a very solid start from Morocco's number 4, 8 points to his name already. El Kamel.
So we see now well-organized offense for these last seconds of this quarter. Whoa!
It's a good pass, but a really good block from El Sabag. And the shot goes up on the buzzer, no good, but that was a great bit of defense from the Moroccans to keep it tight here at the end of the first quarter. The first quarter-final of the day is set up really, really nicely with 10 minutes gone. Egypt leading, but not by much. It's Morocco 13, Egypt 60.
Switch, vous fermez l'axe عليهم. Ils jouent en course, بحال des tarés, il y a le hand-off. Quand ils font le hand-off à l'extérieur, là, main à main, donc ils déroulent main à main.
So 3 points in it as we look forward to the second quarter. Teresa, it's been a pretty even start, pretty interesting start as well.
Yeah, I think Egypt had a better start because they really stick probably to their game plan to fill the inside space against Moroccan team, and Moroccan team took a time to adjust to it because the best way how to play against that fill inside space is to either run a quick breaks, which they did by the end of this quarter, or try to play some cooperation between the guards and bigs to try to get the bigs out of that pain. And Egypt is just fulfilling the reputation they have, because they really know what they play as a team defensively and offensively. They share the ball really well so far. That's what we knew prior this game. They do really well, and they are led by a really good experience Rami Gindi, point guard. He's 35 years old. He's the captain of the team, and he's playing on 4th AfroBasket so far. Really well skilled, let's say, guard for Egypt, because he has amazing court vision to make the players around him better as well. So interesting and exciting quarter ahead again.
And worth noting as well, perhaps, that Morocco haven't hit a three-pointer yet, none from three, whereas Egypt have hit 3 from 6 as it's swatted away again. And it's the same player once more for Morocco, number 10, Shua. Really made sure that that was going nowhere. Foul called against El Khamel.
Yeah, and again, we could see a big movement in Moroccan offense, and that what makes the bigs inside to move and create a space to attack. And that's exactly what Zakaria El-Mashbahi has done, that he has attacked that inside space and drawn the foul.
The first free throw is good from El-Mashbahi.
He's been shooting 75% so far this tournament, so pretty decent line shooter, and he has just confirmed that.
2 from 2, 1 point game. A little switch up from Morocco as they bring on Khalimi, 35-year-old centre, playing in his 6th AfroBasket. El Khamel finding Gunedi, and Morocco trying to win it back. There's a little kick out there from El-Mashbahi.
And we see Morocco has put on a bit pressure. They started to play their defense a bit more intensively, so that causes a bit problems to Egyptian guards right now. Morocco is pushing them away from the rim and cutting off the time to create. So that's why a bit sloppy offense right now from Egypt.
And here come the Egyptians with El Makawi, leaving it to El Khamel. He's been a key player for them early on, but he's been dispossessed here, and the Moroccans punish him with 2 more for El-Mashbahi, and they take a 1-point lead in the second quarter. Good start here from the Moroccans in the second period, but El Khamel nailing it too this time to put Egypt back in front with a 1-point lead. As Wilkins is penalised.
Here's a battle for position. Tough call. Let's say tough call because Abel Halim has been in a good defensive stance, but decision made already.
It was actually given Morocco's way. Egypt leading by 1. Khalfi. And the three-point attempt, and that is Morocco's first. And it's El Masbahi, who's having a big say already in the second quarter.
Yeah, it's his 7th appearance at the AfroBasket, and he has only averaged 4.7 points at this tournament. And so far, right now, he has hit already 7 points.
Great start from him. 38-year-old, oldest member of the Moroccan team. We do have a few in the 30s. Naja, Khalfi, Gorodu, El Masbahi, all over the age of 32, as is Ralimi. Just have another look here at that three-pointer from the 38-year-old. Missed opportunity there by El Makawi. And the Moroccans on the charge. Once more, El Masbahi causing the problems and drawing the foul.
Yeah, El Masbahi is athletic guard, and he's using his athleticism right now to run a quick breaks and cause issues to Egyptian defense. On the other hand, we've seen a great individual defense from Reda Ralimi, who has really guarded El Makawi well in that one-on-one penetration and posting up.
Just though his hand slipped a little there in that first free throw. He's missed the second one, and it's well claimed by El Makawi for Egypt. Benedi. And really good work again. It's the harrying and hassling from El Masbahi. A little bit scrappy, eventually picked up by Okasha. And now the chance for the three-pointer, no good. El Sabah unable to get that to count.
Yeah, that has been a bit rushed shot from Mohamed El Sabah.
Khalfi gets it out to El Masbahi, who drains the three. What an impact in this second quarter.
Yeah, but there has been a great ball movement in the offense from Moroccan players that attack the inside space, cut through, and just kick out the ball on an open player. And the player who has been on fire so far for Morocco.
Kasha looking to respond for Egypt. Rebound claimed well and followed up brilliantly. And that is Ahmed Mohamed with the two for the Egyptians. And, kept alive by Morocco, but it could work against them here. As Abdel Halim comes inside, gets it out to Akasha. El Sabah. And Mohamed again. 10 on the shot clock still. A little fake, and the three-point is good. Beautifully executed. And Egypt respond in style.
Yeah, 29 years old guard, El Sabah. Great read, great pump fake, open shot.
All tied up at 23 as Morocco looked for the response, but the whistle had already gone. So Ralimi unable to make that two count.
Yeah, that has been a great play from Mustafa Khalfi, but unfortunately, Reda Ralimi hasn't believed that inside space before this action, so way too long. This is that great pump fake and 3 of El Sabah.
Junaidi to Mohamed.
We see Egypt is not as comfortable right now offensively.
Whoa! Oh, swatted away again. And that is superb play by Shua as Morocco make it count. Mohamed Shua with the block. And El Maqsoud putting away the easy 2.
To finish my sentence, because Morocco is really playing great defense right now. The intensity has increased massively compared to that first quarter, and it causes problems to Egyptian offense.
Morocco now starting to show just why they sailed through their group with 3 wins out of 3, including beating the 11-time champions Angola. But it is still a very tight game at just 2 points between the sides, 25-23. And Egypt with a chance to level it up as well from the line with Ahmed Mohamed, the 22-year-old, making his AfroBasket debut. Like all of the squad here in Tunisia, plays his club basketball in Egypt. Second attempt is missed, so it is still a lead for Morocco. Alfie with the ball in hand. Wilkins puts up a shot and makes it. Wilkins with a superb 2 there.
Yeah, Wilkins is a son of former NBA player Jeff Wilkins, and has been born in France, played a college basketball in Illinois State University as well, so plenty of experiences.
Chance for the 3 here from long range. It's easily claimed though by Morocco, who draw the foul. Have another look here at that foul from El Sabah.
And it's another great defensive effort on the board from Mohamed Shua. He's done an excellent job so far in this game.
He's having a really big say as Wilkins puts up a 3! Now he's found his range!
Yeah, and coach Amr Aboukhir is not happy that no one has contested that shot for the 2nd time in a row. Here we see that long-range shot, uncontested, let's say. So a great step into the game from Wilkins.
No mistake from John Walter Wilkins, a 28-year-old who's starting to come to the party here. 7 points between Morocco and Egypt, and Morocco starting to pull away a little bit.
Un joueur qui n'est pas un shooter comme le 7 qui est à l'extérieur, c'est pas la peine que je monte vers lui et je laisse un joueur shooter. Je garde toujours le shooter et je le laisse. Parce qu'au lieu de monter vers le 7 ici et l'autre il monte là, on va libérer un shooter ici. Moi je reste sur mon joueur et regardez où j'allais là.
So Morocco gradually growing in confidence. And they've taken a 7-point lead as it stands at the moment, having been behind at the end of the first quarter. Slightly concerning times for Egypt. They've got to make sure that this doesn't continue for the rest of the half, otherwise they're going to be facing a huge uphill struggle when we resume in the second half of this game. But there's plenty of time left in the second quarter for Egypt to get themselves a little closer.
Yeah, Egypt really has to concentrate on that transition defense, because that's giving advantage to Moroccan team so far, playing great defense, running quick breaks, and use that unprepared defense from Egypt.
There's the foul called again.
Here we see a holding.
El Maqsoud.
Yeah.
It's Wilkins who reaches across. Player who started making a bit of a statement in this game with his shoot a couple of minutes.
Yeah, he has been so far averaging 6.7 points and 2.3 rebounds, 1.7 assists, so another contributor. And he has just proved that so far in this game.
Does play his club basketball in Morocco. As do most of the Moroccan lineup.
I'm starting to a bit worried about the personal fouls of the Egyptian team because they already have 12 personal fouls and we're in the half of the second quarter, and we mentioned that as a key element, so they really need to start to manage them.
Gunedi's 2 is no good, and claimed very well once again by El Masbahi, who's another player who's really driven this progress from Morocco in the second quarter. The improvement has been led by the experienced player. As the Moroccans look for a further increase in the advantage. El Masbahi puts up a 2 this time, and the rebound is an easy one for Abdel Halim.
Abdel Halim is not one of the most athletic players, but he does a huge job for Egyptian team in terms of the defense and offense as well.
A really heavy fall there for a man who's been pretty key as well, Shua.
Let's look at that again. Oh, whoa, whoa. That's a danger look collision. Hopefully for Mohamed Shua, he's gonna be all right. He just needs to shake it off a bit. Yeah, he seems to be all right.
His legs just went from under him. That was the nature of the fall.
And these are usually the bad collisions when ending up with some sort of injury. So let's hope that he's gonna be all right, but he seems to be shake that off already. So good to see him being all right.
Shua stays on, and it's Wilkins who's gone off. A little bit of a discussion going on here on the Moroccan bench on the sideline as they plot this quarter-final battle, looking for semi-final progress. Al-Khamel missing his first free throw here, 29-year-old. He does get the second one to go. Just takes him on to 4 points. And we have a 6-point game here in this first quarter-final of the day in Tunisia, AfroBasket 2017. It's good defensive work again by Egypt, but they have given it away, and in the end it's Shua who comes up with the goods.
Yeah, it has been great defense from Egyptian on the first offense, but then they forgot completely Shua on the board, and again great effort from this 24 years old shooting forward. Small forward.
3-point attempt is no good from Abdel Halim. Might get another chance here. Drives inside, gets the pass out to Al-Khamel. He comes inside this time and gets it out to El Sabah.
Yeah, another great ball movement from Egyptian side here, and Mohamed El Sabah has used that continuation of their offense when the defense already has collapsed on the ball of penetration of Ibrahim Al-Khamel. So great read from Egyptians right now.
So El Sabah gets the chance to go to the line. It's the first one. Jebel Kier looking on a little anxiously. A good trip to the line from El Sabah. 2 more points to the tally. Back to a 6-point game. Here's El Masbahi. Looks to come inside, just lost control there, and Egyptians looking for the quick break. Abdel Halim having to check back, and El Hamel for three! Nails it! Absolutely nails it. 4-point game, just what Egypt needed.
Yeah, I don't expect him not to shoot that shot. He's shooting 75%. He had hit 3 out of 4 from the arc already in this game.
Great shooting from Egypt's number 9. Some encouraging signs again for the Egyptians as this first half comes to an end. It looked as though Morocco would start to pull away, but there has been a response, and we have a 3-point game at 32-29.
Yeah, and we see some highlights from the past minutes of this quarter. And this is that 3 from the Egyptian player El Gamal. They has used really well the transition offense because Morocco hasn't been ready, and they were quite late to come back to defense. Coach Said Al-Bouzidi has 6 players from his team. He's coaching in a Moroccan league, ASS Saleh, and 6 players has been playing for his team, so they're pretty familiar with his coaching style, and he has brought them into this roster of the national team of Morocco. And all players probably knows the strategy of the coach. They know they are familiar, and it could really talk in their advantage as well when it comes to tough games, because it's important to know what to expect from the coach as well. So interesting fact from American side.
So can Egypt close this gap even more before the half-time interval? El Hamel, who's proving to be a real threat. Abdel Halim gets it out wide. Still no space to shoot. The shot does go up, and it's another 3 for the same man again. El Hamel ties the game at 32. And Morocco have seen an advantage that was starting to increase midway through this second quarter. Now completely wiped out. Can they get the response here? It was a good pass. And then the foul from El Makawi.
What a beautiful play from Ali Lakhrishi. Here, great penetration into the traffic, open up a teammate of Mohamed Shoah. It's always great when a point guard knows why he's doing the things on the court, and now Ali Lakhrishi really knew that he's penetrating into the traffic to open up his teammate. Great read from this 24 years old guard for Moroccan team.
A little over a minute left in the first half. Shua misses his first free throw. Timeout called, with Morocco taking a 1-point lead, courtesy of that free throw from Shua. Very evenly poised though, and I think if Egypt can keep it at this kind of level within a point or so, they'll be pretty happy given how far they had fallen at one stage in this second quarter.
Yeah, absolutely, and Egypt must be happy because they're shooting almost 43% from the arc, and you know, El Gamal is shooting 80 from that line, scored already 15 points. That's almost half of the Egyptian points, and that must be a clear instructions from a Moroccan coach. People need to contest his shots because he's not too dangerous into penetration. He's more dangerous from the longer distance shooting, and allow him to penetrate. It's fine because he's the one who's right now killing Moroccan team in this second quarter.
Yeah, interesting to look at the two teams and how many shots they've taken from outside the arc. 14 so far from Egypt, and they've made 6 of those. Just the 6 three-pointers attempted by Morocco. They're 3 from 3 in this quarter. They missed all 3 of their 3-point attempts in the opening 10-minute period, so they're accuracy has improved, but they're a little more reluctant to have a go.
Yeah, but that reflects the game plan Egyptians had at the beginning of the game to fill inside space, because Morocco is not looking prominently to shoot these long distance shots. So that's a difference between these two teams.
It's Abdel Halim back to El Sabah. Looking to force his way through. Abdel Halim then puts up a three himself, and it's very well claimed in the end by Larishi. Drives forward at speed. Looking for a way through, but again, the Egyptians keeping it tight in the middle. That's a really nice pass, and the two goes up, the follow misses from Shua. It was almost perfect, just couldn't get it to go.
But again, excellent defense from Egyptian team. Those rotations they're doing, every time someone penetrates, there are at least two Egyptians to guard it. And the third rotation, fourth rotation, great team defense from Egypt.
And Morocco have about a 7-second difference between the shot and game clock at the moment as they look to increase their advantage, and Shua uncontested getting the two to make it a three-point game, and Egypt have a few seconds to try and make this count. Abu Shusha's got to get this away. He does, but he can't make it count. But it is still a pretty narrow lead for the Moroccans as we go into time interval. Egypt leading at the end of the first quarter, then trailing quite considerably at the halfway stage of the second quarter. It looked as though they might start to pull away Morocco, but Egypt have come back fighting with good three-point shooting, and it is just 3 points between these two teams at the halftime interval. Morocco lead 35-32.
Yeah, both teams are quite even in terms of matchup. Morocco has been a bit stronger on the board, and that gives them those advantages of the second points. But Egypt is really sticking to the game plan. They're playing very smart. They're sharing ball well offensively, and they're changing the rhythm from shooting from outside and inside as well. Here we see some stats, fouls, 13-10. We already said that the Egyptian team is shooting 33% from the two-point line and 37 from threes, but they have taken more amount of shots from the arc than from the 2 points, compared to Morocco, who has taken only 6 shots from threes, but 22 from 2 points under the rim, 45%. So really, Egypt needs to continue to fill that inside space and trying to force Moroccan shoot from the arc, where they're not as comfortable. I'm not saying they are not effective, because they're shooting 50% so far, but they hasn't taken as many shots. That's not what they're looking primarily for in their offense. So great game so far. I think everything is open the second half, and really looking forward to this second part of the game.
Yes, first quarter final on day one of the second phase, if you like, of AfroBasket 2017 quarterfinals day. All 4 to come over the next few hours. Morocco taking on Egypt in the first. Morocco group winners in Dakar. Egypt runners-up in their group. And it is the Moroccans who lead at the halftime interval. Very little in it, though. Fascinating tussle between two very well-matched sides here in Tunisia. It is the Moroccans who lead by 35 points to 32. Well, welcome back to Tunisia, everybody. Half-time here in game one, the first of 4 quarterfinals to be played here today. Morocco leading Egypt by 35 points to 32. Fascinating battle between two extremely well-matched teams. Morocco, who had started to pull away a little bit in the second quarter, have had to deal with a good response from the Egyptians, who are shooting well from outside and restricting the opportunities of the Moroccans in the middle as well. It is quite a matchup we have here, slightly different styles, but well-matched styles. And it is the Moroccans who have a narrow 3-point lead going into this second half, 35 points to 32. And Teresa, it's really hard to call this one. We haven't really got an idea of which of these two teams is going to walk away with that all-important semi-final place.
I think I still don't have the idea, even though based on the first half, I would more probably favor Morocco, just because they seem to have a more complex game right now. They're sticking to their plan to play inside. They've been effective. They have scored 16 points out of 35 from inside space, but Egyptians is doing their best what they can to try to enable them to play their strong game from that space. Egyptians doing really well. Both teams have committed 9 turnovers already, and it's quite above their average, because Egyptian has so far had averaged 12.3 turnovers in this tournament, and Morocco 11.3, which is very low numbers. But in today's games, they both already had 9 turnovers, so that's going to be a key element as well. Egyptian is really punishing those turnovers really effectively, 13 points out of those turnovers. It will be interesting to see, because Egypt side right now relying on that great 3-point shooting, but they don't really have that power under the rim right now. And the question is that great shooting percentage from the arc gonna last to the second half as well, or the percentage gonna decrease and Egyptian will have to find a way how to attack the inside space effectively. On the other hand, Morocco is really, we knew that they are very strong from that inside space and sticking to this game. And again, will Egypt continue to fill that inside space to force Moroccan to maybe take more long-distance shots in this game? So everything is open. We see games is very close and exciting half ahead.
Interesting as well, just touching again on the three-point issue. 4 of those 6 3-pointers have been made by the same player as well, El Hamel. So if he starts to lose his range, or if they can't use him as much in the second half, and that is going to be a problem, because they've relied very heavily on him in the first half.
Yeah, exactly. And we will see in this second half if Morocco is going to start to contest those shots of El Kamal, because he has been brilliant the first half and he's really carrying point-wise his team on his back. Even though I really also like the game of Amar Abelhamim. He's not one of the most athletic player, but he has spent on the court 13 minutes and he have grabbed 5 rebounds, but he hasn't been effective point-wise as well in that first half. He's 0%. He hasn't made any shot, which I can expect him to start to make some shots in the second half. So it will be important. Will there be any big players stepping up from Egypt to carry on the offense of Egypt? So the question is right here, and we will find the answer very soon.
So second half action. Third quarter gets underway here. Morocco 35, Egypt 32. Morocco in the white, Egypt in the red, as the Moroccans look for an early bonus in the third quarter. And Shua, who took a nasty fall in that first half, getting another 2 on the board.
Yeah, Shua has been really effective offensively and defensively for Moroccan. 7 boards so far in the first half. Great number. Another one in his stats.
A missed 3-point attempt there from the Egyptian Bounadi. Morocco trying to get themselves off to the best possible start here in the second portion of this game.
That has been a great play from number 13, Adil Al-Maqsoud. It has been quite slow penetration, but he has had his head up and he was trying to open his teammate, Najah, under the rim. So we see a zone defense right now from Egyptians. It's good to change the defense. You will get the opponent out of the rhythm.
The three-point attempt is good. Shot clock was running down, but that one sinks, and Morocco race to an 8-point lead at the start of the second half.
Yep, but again, Egyptians are filling that inside space and forcing Moroccan now to shoot those long-range shots. But a great start from El Maksoud.
El Khamel for three, gets another one. 5 in the game. And while he's shooting like that, Egypt will have a chance.
Hello, I'm here. I have hit already 4 threes in this game and no one is contesting my shots. Come on, Moroccans. They have to start to contest him and put him out of the rhythm.
And Maksoud getting himself into a little bit of trouble. This is Shua now for Morocco. Only 3 on the shot clock, but he gets it away. Can't get it to go. And, the Egyptians are able to prevent Morocco from adding any more to the tally. That's another foul called. Khamel being lifted up off the floor.
Yep, but it comes to the point that the Moroccans trying to now really play face-to-face to number now El Khamel, because he has been one of the huge danger from Egyptian offense.
And here he is again. El Khamel.
Oh, great
under pressure, and Nasha doing a really good job there for the Moroccans, who have come away with it here. And the pass inside, the little hook shot is no good. And El Khamel quickly moving it down the court. This will be an easy 2. He was there waiting. So effective from long range, but he's there to make the easy 2 that time, El Khamel. What a game he's having. "17 points on the board already, and there he is once more. The bounce pass, and the finish is good.
What a pressure right now from Egyptians. A great defense from the zone defense and quick breaks.
Ahmed Bakar lost his shoe there as he made that 2-point shot.
Yeah, now Egyptians back to man-to-man defense.
1-point game as Wilkins looks for the pass. All is gathered here by Abdel Halim. It's moving quickly and drawing the fouls. Great work. Tremendous work from Amir Abdel Halim. The 26-year-old making it count here as Egypt have gone on a bit of a roll here at the start of the second half.
Yeah, and it almost seems like there's a repetition of the first quarter of the game, because Egyptians have started this great the first quarter as well. They have played a great man-to-man defense or zone defense. They started with man-to-man, now this quarter they started with the zone defense. Trying to fill that inside space. That's the game of Moroccan offense, and run a quick breaks. We've seen that at the beginning of the game, and it has been effective at the beginning of third quarter as well for the Egyptians.
Well, he drew the foul as well, of course, so the Egyptians, having fallen 8 points behind early in this quarter, can go 2 points clear here. A 10-point swing in a very short space of time. Great 3-point play from Abdel Halim there for the Egyptians. This is setting up to be a pulsating second half. El Maksoud here, finding Nasha, the key man, with another little hook shot. There's a little tap in there from Wilkins, just helping it on its way to tie the scores. This is Gunedi. Outside, Abdel Halim, who isn't hitting those 3-point shots.
Yeah, Egyptians missed that huge mismatch they had offensively right now, didn't play it. That's a shame, because once you have it, you want to focus on it, cancel everything else, and just force the ball into the mismatch.
Wilkins for 3, draws the foul. 3 from the line for John Walter Wilkins. Frustrating one for the Egyptians to give away.
Yeah, it's always frustrating for players when you commit a foul on the three-point shot, because it just shows you want to contest the shot, but you're just running into the player and you give them 3 foul shots basically for free. So always frustrating moment for players.
He's missed the second, having made the first here. John Walter Wilkins. Only making one of those 3, so the Egyptians getting off a little lightly there. And it means that they are just 1 point down with a little over 5 minutes to go in this third quarter. So terrific work, terrific recovery. El Kamel.
Yeah, coach Said Al-Bouzidi is trying to say to officials there has been the foul that El Kamel has hit the arm of Maksoud.
It's good defense by El Kamel. Morocco looking to respond. El Maksoud's effort is no good, but Shua's done brilliantly there, and the hook shot finish.
Yeah, let's say you can almost force the offense when you have Shula in your roster, because he's now saving that mark in offense. Every time, excellent, effective on the board, getting the second chance points.
Wilkins handing it off to Khalfi.
There has been a miscommunication now between Khalfi and Maksoud, because Maksoud has been just on the way to cut through, but he has to stay on the court. This is the Shua. Great second chance points.
Ahmed Bakir. El Kamel, and then the 3-point attempt is no good from Khalifo's. Had a pretty quiet game so far, hasn't featured perhaps as much as he would have done. I mentioned before the game that he was sitting out training yesterday, just doing a little bit of stretching exercises, as Naja tries to make a hook shot count and wasn't able to.
Yeah, but instead of just go and try to fight for the ball, all but just demonstrating it has been foul, but Egyptians were the ones who has been effective.
Contest under the rim there, won by the Moroccans. Wilkins finds Khalfi. There's a 3-point attempt, it's good! And Morocco, through Khalfi, get 3 more on the board and a 6-point lead.
Very important shot from Moroccan side.
Munedi. Abdel Halim comes inside. It's good work to get it out to the arc. 3-point attempt is drained. Bakker with 3 more to halve the deficit again. 48-45. As Khalfi finds Wilkins. Now Shua. Across to Khalfi in the corner, and his foot was out of bounds.
Now that's a 13th turnover for Morocco. That's quite a high number if you're considering we're only in the 3rd quarter right now. Wow, what a game. Let's say, what a game. Every time one team seems to be getting a bit lead in this game, the second team straight away responds and comes in. Moroccan shooting 62% from the arc. They almost seem to be forced. They don't even want to take those shots because they're so strong inside. But I think they should really look for that, because their percentage talks in their favor right now.
El Kamel finds Naja in his way, manages to get the pass out. Gunadi, Abdel Halim gets it up, but he couldn't find the points or the rim, so the shot clock runs down, and it's a 3-point lead still.
Great
Morocco.
aggressive defense from Najah. That came from him, and it's always nice to see a big man to play aggressive defense on the perimeter.
Three-point shot again, it's good! They are hitting them, Morocco. And El Maksoud with another three-pointer.
So what's going to be the response right now from Egypt?
And they might just need to change their approach because Morocco are now gaining confidence from long range.
Yeah.
The game plan is working for Egypt, but Morocco have the response. Exactly what they need to do, hitting those long-range shots.
Yeah,
they have been very effective, as you were just saying a moment ago.
Yeah, and it's going to be interesting to see if Morocco is going to start to look for those shots, long-range shots, because they've been shooting 67% from the arc. So I don't think really Egyptians should change the approach defensively, because they're filling that inside space really well, but they have to make sure they at least contest these shots, because right now Moroccans stayed completely alone on that three-point line.
Here's Baka. Khalifa. Khalifa coming inside. He just stepped over the line. No, it's a foul that's been called.
Yeah,
His foot had gone out of bounds, but it is a foul.
Yeah, we have highlighted Khalifa as one of the key players, but he's not really fulfilling his reputation from the group phase right now. He has been averaging 10.3 points, 5.3 rebounds, and he has been shooting pretty well from...
Baka drains another. Well, it's been good three-point shooting from both sides so far in this game.
Yeah, and we said it's going to be a question, will Egypt maintain their great percentage? And they so far does, so that's why the game is still closed.
Rafi, El Maksoud.
Ooh. What a great play now from Morocco. Movement on the court. Everyone has touched the ball. And now 14 seconds on the shot clock because there has been a foot violation. Back to Khalifa. He's not really performing. I think that injury of his lower back has been affecting him more than we would have expected. And now he's walking on the bench. So
it's a huge blow for Egypt.
Yeah, but they're replacing him so far, his performance so far, because the percentage they have from the arc is keeping them in the game and replacing those points what they would probably expect from Khalifa to bring into this game.
Well, it is a timeout called. It's still just a three-point game. A little over a minute, 1 minute 20 left in this third quarter. It is all setting up to be a very, very tense finish. Morocco leading 51-48.
Yeah, and Morocco has already 3 players in double figures and 2 players very close to it. That tells us that they play really team game, and that's true. They're sharing the ball as well because they're really trying to find way how to attack that inside space. And the Egyptian side is doing just a great job to filling that space. So it will be interesting now to see if both teams can maintain so far this high percentage from the arc in this third quarter.
They could make all the difference in the end. May come down to composure as well. A lot of experience in this Moroccan team. A lot of them were here 2 years ago when they had a rather disappointing campaign. And they are chasing a medal for the first time in a long time. El Khamel has been outstanding for the Egyptians, though. He could be the match winner. We shall find out over the course of the next period and a bit as Morocco shoot another from 3. This time it is no good. And the quick response coming from the Egyptians, who nearly let that slip away. Gunedi now has El Khamel to work with, and El Khamel came steaming from the back of the court and sets up the chance for Gennady. He wasn't able to make it count. Here's Shua. It's a live wire for the Moroccan team. Nice little disguised pass there. Not much room for the Moroccans, and travelling is called against Kurudu. A man who has that knee support on after the clash in game 2. Returning to action. Hasn't been able to have a huge impact today.
Yeah, and we can see that Moroccan try to chase El Kamel, not to give him any space to be the as offensive threat as he's been the whole game. 20 points so far for this 29 years old guard for Egypt.
And here's the talisman. Moves on to 19 points. In a 1-point game with less than 30 seconds remaining in the third quarter. Khalfi in possession here for Morocco.
If Egyptians gonna box out properly, they will still have one more possession in this quarter.
Morocco looking to regain that three-point advantage. The shot is missed, but the foul is called. Bakker is penalised.
Yeah, it has been called on Ahmed Bakker, but because Egyptians has been managing their personal fouls really well, they're not sending Moroccans on the line yet.
Now a chance for the three is missed, and it's going to be a hopeful attempt, which falls well short. And well, could it be any better of a setup for quarter number 4? It is a 1-point game in this quarter-final. We thought it would be tight, and that's exactly how it's turning out to be. 10 minutes of action still to come in this one, and everything to play for. The quarter-final coming to its climax here in Tunisia. The first of the day. It's Morocco who lead Egypt by 51 points to 50.
Yeah, here we see some stats. 55 from Morocco from the arc, 39 for Egypt. I would highlight those type of shots because it has been a key element in this third quarter. Both teams has been shooting really well from long distance. But what is a huge difference right now is that Moroccans has taken 29 rebounds, 9 offensive rebounds, which gives them the second chance points. And Egyptians took only 21 rebounds, so that's 8 more for Moroccans. And considering they're shooting a bit less percentage or having less shots from the arc shots, that's why the game is still close. But if Moroccan's gonna continue with the game and hoping that Egyptians gonna stop to make those long distance shots, but it's their game, so everything is open. And I'm really wondering how this fourth quarter is gonna start like, and what message it's gonna send us, who's gonna grab the win in today's game.
Well, it's anybody's game for the taking. Who wants that semi-final place more? The Egyptians in the red, remember. Just 1 point behind. A strong start to this fourth quarter could make all the difference, and they've given it away. And are Morocco about to punish them here?
Great defense from El Maksoud on El Gamal. And that's why turnover for Egypt at the beginning of the fourth.
This is Khalfi, puts up the shot and makes it. Foot on the line, so just the 2. But it does restore that 3-point lead for the Moroccans. Beautiful shot from Khalfi.
Yeah, he's been 3-3 from the arc, so it again confirms what we said earlier, that Moroccans are really good from that line, but they don't attempt to shoot as much as Egyptians from that position.
Khalfi with the pass. Ooh. And then the loose one in the end. It comes off El Masbahi. We can have another look here. The attempted pass, it's one that Karudu wasn't able to hold for Morocco. Bashusha. The attempt was a difficult one there for El Makawi. Now Egypt yet to get off the mark in the fourth here. As Khalfi comes inside, he just hands it off, and travelling called. Good defensive work again from the Egyptians.
Yeah, and Soufiane Kourdu seems to be undecisive in terms of his attacks, because he's been all the time taking the extra dribble to get closer to the rim, but Egyptian does an excellent job to guard that, and every time force him to commit a turnover.
The winning team is going to be the one that can maintain composure here, as Abu Shusha puts up a three and gets it. And we're all tied up. 53 points apiece. And Abu Shusha with a picture-perfect three-pointer. Shua Khalfi from downtown, no good. A long, long way out. El Khamel. El Makawi. Oh, the bounce pass inside. Travelling called against El Makawi. Frustration for Egypt here.
El Makawi hasn't looked where is he going, and that's why the moment of surprise, because there has been great defensive position from a Moroccan player. Here's that three. And you're wondering why the players is not chasing Egyptians into the screen, so now give them that 1 second open look. Whoa!
Nasha buries one. Absolutely buries one to restore that three-point advantage for Morocco. There's a little bit of everything, Nasha.
Yeah, I don't really think we need two-point shots in this game because it's just an incredible percentage from both sides.
Abu Shusha to respond, not this time. And here's Khalfi for Morocco. 56-53. The shot attempt is no good. There's a scramble for possession. And it's good work again from the Moroccans. Things just getting a little heated down there.
Yeah, there has been a bit argument, because I think Rami Gindi has kicked a jack into his leg while he was getting off the floor, if I'm correct, but official seems to be managing it well.
And that is what they're claiming, and plenty of discussions going on. Tensions mounting here in the closing stages.
Yeah, if I've seen well, I think there has been some technical fouls, or it has been maybe just a warning. We will see what the situation is gonna be like right now. Yeah, so it has been probably just a warning from the officials. If the discussion's gonna continue this way, there's gonna be a technical foul scored. So possession for Morocco.
Here come the Moroccans. Oh, brilliantly put away. Tremendous play that time from El Masbahi.
And we haven't really heard from him for so long, let's say 1.5 quarters, and there has been no weak side defense from Egypt, so Zakaria has used that line very well.
The foul has been drawn here by Abdel Halim. He will go to the line for A couple of free throws here.
Yeah, we already said that he's not the most athletic player, but somehow he uses that into his advantage, and that's what we've just seen, that slow penetration, and he has drawn a foul and been on a line again.
So Abdel Halim really needs to keep the pressure up here. He makes the first of the 2 free throws. And makes the second as well. So we are back to a 3-point game. As the Moroccans try and build on that lead here. Foul is called.
Yeah, it has been a big collapse now defensively from Egyptians. It hasn't been on the split line, and Al Maqsood had the line to drive, but they tried to replace it in the last minute. That's why they collapsed from the weak side, and open look for Zakaria Al-Mashbahi. He has so far scored 12 points till now, grabbed 4 rebounds, and shooting 44% for the team. But I think the athleticism of his is causing a bit issues to Egyptians' defense. But what the Egyptians been doing really well whole game is the fill inside space. But last couple of the defensive possession, they seem to be a bit more challenging those long distance shots and opening up that driving lanes to the basket.
It's been brought upon them really by Morocco's effectiveness from long range. Their excellent 3-point shooting is forcing Egypt's hand somewhat. And it is a 5-point advantage for Morocco with 6 minutes still to play. Now it comes to the corner. Back in to the man who has been so effective today, El Khamel.
Yeah,
Abdel Halim, great work. Oh, that is magnificent. Abdel Halim with a brilliant play. And 2 more to the Egyptian total. As Morocco look to respond quickly.
Yeah, and Wilkins didn't like that numbers right now. He's decided to calm the offense down. Oh.
We can have another look here.
Again, Zakaria Al-Mashbahi. Again, the penetration into the inside space where he had no space during the second and third quarter. Egyptian done really well those periods of the game, but now seem to be really open up that inside space for the penetrations. Oh, whoa.
Well, they tried to play it inside there to Al-Mashbahi. Couldn't make it count. Al-Sabah for Egypt. Abdel Halim. The offensive foul this time.
Yeah, another. Here we see the hands of El-Mekawi, pardon, in the screen. Has been his, I think, 3rd personal foul, and let's say offensive foul in the screening. So I would assume the players are learning from the way officials are refereeing the game, but he seems not to be learning nothing out of that. 3rd personal foul and way on the bench.
Khalfi here for Morocco. Al-Mashbahi for 3! Big shot from the veteran. Doubles the advantage, 6-point game. And Egypt need a response here, and it's been tidied up by Morocco. They can really punish the Egyptians with another big score here. This is Shua. Wilkins puts up the 2, and the rebound is claimed by Khalifa. Now Abdel Halim. Khalifa again. Abdel Halim driving inside, and it's smacked away brilliantly. Really good defensive work again from Shua, who's done that not for the first time.
That has been a great defense from Mohamed Shua. As we can see now, great block. And wow, a bit frustration right now again, and a bit tough play from Ibrahim Al-Gamal to commit a foul. And Egyptians are on the foul troubles as a team right now, so there's going to be 2 foul line shots for one of the Moroccan players. What Moroccan really improved is that they have started to believe to the shots from the arc, and they have basically changed the rhythm and approach offensively. They have been still dangerous from inside space, but they also have been a huge threat right now from the outside space. And that caused the defensive change on the Egyptian side. They're opening up that space to penetrate, and if they fill it, then the Moroccans are confident to take those long-range shots. So a really, really good quarter from Moroccan right now, which is really well supported by the great percentage from the arc, 57%. They have hit 8 threes, shot only 14 times. So great fourth quarter from Moroccans.
So it's 5 3-pointers in the second half, which is pretty significant from Morocco's point of view. They are really giving Egypt a problem, and they can give them even more of a headache here if Wilkins can add to the tally.
Yeah, absolutely. And Moroccan's doing great work on the board as well, grabbing 34 rebounds, 10 offensive rebounds, compared to 24 of Egyptian side. So I think Moroccans have improved all the key elements of this game. The rhythm of the game inside, outside, plus supported the great work on the board. So great fourth quarter.
Wilkins getting the second of those free throws. Still plenty of time, long way to go. Abu Shusha has it for Egypt. El Sabak gets it outside to Abdel Halim. Draws the foul. Third personal foul.
Yeah, Moroccans really need to keep that pressure on the Egyptian offense, because they don't allow them to create comfortably their offense and be a threat. So the intensity has to stay high.
Three-point attempt, no good. El Hamel trying to keep it alive. And final touch there off Abu Shusha. Means it is still a 7-point lead for Morocco. That semi-final place is just looking that little bit closer. If they can manage the next couple of minutes well, they'll be very well set to take the win here and make it 4 wins out of 4 in AfroBasket 2017. Wilkins. El Maksoud comes inside, can't get it to go, tied it up by Abdel Halim. El Sabah. And the ball is loose here, and Shua can get away. He's quick, and he just takes his time. And the Moroccan bench were up in celebration. And those celebrations have been cut short.
This is not a jumbo at all, and I think one of the officials has been showing that it has been a jumbo, but as we say, officials doesn't have this replay, because then it would be completely different call, but possession for Moroccan.
Khalfi. And the three-point attempt from Wilkins is no good.
Has been quite unprepared shot right now from John Walter Wilkins, because there has been no of his teammates on the rebound. And now we can see the communication between him and Mohamed Shoa. He's telling him, look, that has been a quite rush shot. No defense has been, no rebound has been prepared. Possession for Egypt.
So Egypt escaped without further punishment. Abdel Halim.
So now we see Moroccan switching the screens, creating a mismatches for Egypt.
It's a great two, brilliant play from El Sabah. Nicely put away, finished in style, 5 points separating these two teams.
Morocco plays horns offensively. That's quite a common set offense, trying to create a mismatches.
Wilkins claims it. Got it out quickly, the long three, no good. And chance here for Egypt to cut the gap even more. But Abashusha. And almost swatted away there as the shot goes up and in. The foul is drawn by Abdel Halim, not for the first time today. And my word, we're in for some finish now. The Egyptians get the two, could get another one to make it a 2-point game. Great play.
He has been a 4-0, 6-0 the first half from the field, and now he has been a 3 out of 4 the second half. So a huge step up for Abdel Halim, and a great contributor right now offensively for Egyptian team.
And he gets the free throw as well. Arms in the air in celebration from Abdel Halim. And this Egyptian side really believe that they can get the job done here. That's semi-final place.
Yeah, it's always important to believe, because in game of basketball, anything can happen until you hear the last buzzer. So still 2 minutes to go, the difference 2 points, everything is open.
Il faut qu'on emmène le ballon vers le panier. Et quand il y a la pénétration, il y en a un AH. La pénétration dans l'axe, tu vois. La pénétration dans l'axe, elle passe في le sol. شو أنا كان في البيز لاين غيطلع يحقق. فهمنا؟ Le shoot, on doit le prendre ouvert, on doit le travailler sur fixation. Il faut qu'on fixe. Et là, en défense, il faut se regrouper, il ne faut pas les laisser venir. ايوه ما سويتش قلنا كيف فوق سويتشات سويتش مفيش مشكله هجمه وايد تو 5 وايد تو 5 خطوا جامد خطوا جامد سويتش يلا يا جدعان شوشه
Well, Morocco with a couple of key performers so far. El Misbahi with 17 points, a double-double from Shua, 10 points and 11 rebounds. 11 points also for Najar and 10 for El Maksoud. Abdel Halim now with 11 for his side. El Khamel leading the way by a long distance, 22 points for him today. A couple of assists and a couple of rebounds to go with that. And is he going to be able to inspire his team to the victory here? Shua's pass. Morocco will have 3 on the shot clock, and they don't make it count until the follow comes from Shua. Doubles the Moroccans' advantage, and the man who's hit a double-double already today makes Egypt pay.
I was about to say great defense, Egyptian team again, but let's say again they have forgot Shoa on the board, and wow, what a top in from Shoa from Morocco. He has had 12 boards, 5 offensive so far in this game. That just shows the heart of the player.
Great play from Shua. You'll have seen then as he threw it down, he high-fived the backboard. Big moment. 4-point lead.
معاهم شوشه عايز الكمال ما فيهاش شوشه
Well, Egypt have 93 seconds to turn a 4-point game into a victory, a 4-point deficit into a semi-final place. It is a long time in basketball, 93 seconds. Musbahi doing his bit for the Moroccans with 17 points. Huge amount of experience, the 38-year-old, 7th AfroBasket appearance. Knows what it's all about, knows how much it would mean as well to Morocco.
Yeah, that has been a great defense right now from Morocco to force Egyptians to hit the lack of the defensive player on the outer bounds, to reset the shot clock and get a new 5 from the side.
Foul is called here.
Yeah, both teams on a foul trouble, so this personal foul of Shoa will be punished by 2 foul line shots. Here we see the hands, yeah, great call.
Hands on Ahmed Bakar, who has to take the responsibility of the line.
Yeah.
First AfroBasket appearance for him.
It has been quite a smart foul from Shoa as well, because there has been only 3 seconds of the game clock, and Morocco leads by 4 points.
And that was a nervous-looking free throw there from the youngster.
Yeah. I'm pretty sure Morocco won't rush their offense right now. They will try to play the game clock and prepare their offense.
Well,
so they hit some points to the game.
Well, they've missed that second free throw as well. Ahmed Bakar unable to step up when needed, so that's a huge blow for the Egyptians. These free throws can be so important. And Morocco, as expected, taking up their time. Managed to get the shot away just in time there, Kasia.
And again, who got that offensive rebound? Shoa. Excellent performance from this 24-year-old player.
Playing in his second AfroBasket tournament. And having a big say in this quarterfinal. Will it be a decisive say? Egypt need to get some points on the board quickly. We're into the final minute. The 3-point shot is no good, and Shua's underneath it. And this can
Egypt needs to
be
now
slowed
foul
down here.
Yeah, Egypt needs to foul right now to get the possession on their side.
The foul isn't coming.
Yeah, great play from Morocco.
Superb running down of the clock in these closing stages. It might be the difference here. As the 3-point attempt goes up, it is no good. They really played the shot clock well, and Egypt are almost out of time. Abdul Rahim goes for the 3. It is no good, and the Moroccans are celebrating. It is a semi-final place for Morocco. They have beaten the Egyptians, and they are into the Final Four. What a brilliant final minute or so from the Moroccans. The experience that they have in this team, seeing them over the line after a brave Egyptian effort. Morocco claiming the win by 4 in a game that was never in doubt in terms of how tight it would be. It was close from start to finish. The Egyptians started well. They certainly gave the Moroccans something to think about, even forced the Moroccans to change their game plan. But it is ultimately a semi-final place for Morocco. They are the first team through to the Final Four at AfroBasket 2017. They've beaten Egypt by 66 points to 62.
Yeah, there has been a big joy and happiness on the Moroccan side, but a huge sadness on the Egyptians. And I understand why, because the Egyptians really put all they could into this game We can see a huge difference on the rebounds. Morocco has grabbed 36 rebounds compared to 26 of Egyptians. And what more, they have most of the time punished that second chance points. So great effort from Morocco on the board. You have already said that Morocco has been forced to change their game plan because they are very strong from an inside space, but what has been really highlighting in their game today was the high percentage from the arc, 47% hitting 8 threes, forcing Egyptians to 19 turnovers. Great performance from a youngster, 24 years old, Shoa, who has grabbed 15 boards, 12 points, 6 offensive boards, double-double, great individual performance from him, and he has been all-game consistent threat to Egyptian defense. Congratulations to Morocco coming and advancing into the semi-finals. I think that's going to be a huge celebration on their side today before tomorrow's semi-finals.
Well, a chance at a medal for the first time since 1980. They'll be looking to go all the way to the final, of course. They can enjoy this win for now and sit back and wait to see who it is they'll be up against. It could be the Tunisians, of course, the co-hosts who they face in the next round, but we shall have to wait and find out. It's a tremendous win for Morocco and one that means a huge amount to this team and these players. Plenty of veterans who have been part of this event many times, but have not come away with the success. Maybe things are about to change. A solid and disciplined and experienced performance today against the Egyptian team, who gave absolutely everything. El Khamel with 22 points, fine individual display, but no joy from his perspective in terms of getting the victory. It's disappointment in the end for the Egyptians. They lose by 4. Morocco into the semi-finals. Final score, Morocco 66, Egypt 62.